Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I want to start off this video by saying it's okay to disagree. I know this is not going to be like any video, but you know, some more than others. This is not going to be a popular video with some people. Because a year ago, when we were discovering sometime in the month of October, I think it was toward the end, that this pop-up gold trade-in event was happening. There were people, and I get it, right, who were livid because some of them had just spent millions of gold on rank ups and had no gold left. They were given zero warning. Just one day, you could trade in your gold for 6-star crystals, 6-star Nexus crystals, rank up materials. I think maybe even like a rank up gem crystal was in there. It was wild. We had never seen anything like it. And my point was, well, I had a bunch of points in the video a year ago. Okay, it's been a year. One was, I get if you're upset. You should be upset. I bet you wish you had your gold back, and anybody would want that. But for the free-to-play players, and look, I'm not trying to make sweeping generalizations. It's a very dangerous thing to do. But for the free-to-play players who just grind the arena and save up units for July 4th and Cyber Weekend and gifting, they tend to have an overabundance of gold. Maybe not as much as I have, because I've got so much gold that I have people like commenting on my videos all the time, like, how the heck do you have 532 million gold? And of course, I've done so many arena fights. I mean, like, just the stupid, dumbest amount of arena fights that 708,000 arena fights. I've done all of them. I have the scars. I gave my soul to the arena. That's why I have so many units. That's why I am able to have so much gold. And ISO, which then I sell for more gold. But since we had a year worth of knowing in the back of our minds that the gold event was a thing, I've known people who've saved up. And they've said, I'm never going to make it to where I can't buy those offers again. And so even though we've got this Deadpool event, which now premieres Friday because of a potential leak notification situation, which some people say was intentional, some people say was not. With Kabam, you never know. We have the age-old question on the forums. Is there a gold trade offer coming this year or not? Now, it started more than a week ago on September 27th. If I remember correctly, it wasn't announced in advance last year. It was not announced in advance. That's why there was so much anger. So it occurs again this year. I would think they would follow that last year's protocol and have it as a surprise again. They said that it's not planned in the previous post, so if we get it, we get it. It's Damien says. My man Brian Shadow Strike, Jax mentioned a while back that they're not going to announce anything until it's set in stone in order to avoid any confusion. So until you hear from it, presume nothing. So, September 27th, September 28th, ready for the gold out, make it rain, Dr. Zola says. Cop and hope it comes back. So many people complained about it last year. It was supposed to be a good thing. Instead, there was so much complaining about not being told in advance to farm gold. Again, I covered that at the beginning of this video. But I do get it. Like, some people literally, a day before, 2 days before, some people who claimed hours before, had spent millions of gold that they couldn't get back. And so maybe that factored into this. Matthew said just over 20 million. I need awakening gems. Sandeep says, I think 6-star acquisition will increase with the announcement of 7 stars for the gold for 6-star event. Won't break the economy. Just hope they also reduce the dual class crystal cost too. Don't hold your breath, Sandeep. Because they were very honest about how it was a mistake that they priced 5-star duels at 10,000, which I completely disagree with. So, September 28th goes by. September 30th goes by. We're almost in October at this point, right? And what do you know? As we continue to look and we see so many of the same thumbnail posted, so many of the same comments, you eventually go to the last part of the forums and you have grounded wisdom commenting. It would make sense to forgo them for the time being, considering so many people talk about gold issues. Not me personally, but I know it's a constant issue brought up. I mean, people need more gold, so why would you want an event to trade in your gold? DNA 3000 says, if anyone is at all confused, I'm quite certain this means the gold offers are not coming back this year in the form they existed in last year or any similar form of people being able to buy ultra valuable stuff with big piles of gold. Now we're in October 5th, which was, yesterday. And then Kabam Trilson makes this comment. Who's this cool guy you're all celebrating this weekend? He seems awesome. I've heard you all are clamoring for details on these deals. I was told not to say anything, but they'll never silence me. I visited the game developers. They were sleeping. It was an awesome Ghost of Christmas Past thing. You would have loved it. And they told me they wanted to use that Cool Guys event to try something new and something about how it would be different every year. How exciting. Not necessarily. And then I inquired with them, threatened them to tell me about gold deals. They said there wouldn't be any this year. Those jerks didn't want to tell you, but I felt it best to let you know to temper your expectations on that one. That's all for now, but I'll be lurking in the shadows, and I'll return when you need me most, or when I feel like it, likely between pickleball matches. Now, I did enjoy the syntax of that message. It was very funny, despite the fact that I didn't laugh. Partially because I'm looking at things like Grounded Wisdom comments. I remember that last event. Some people went for broke. Incidentally, some do have more units than gold. Haha. That's not funny at all. It's kind of sad. Also, there's even comments on gifting. Canceled more than halfway through the year. Gold offer. Nope. Summoner event. Pricier. Gauntlet. Gone to lit. Tie edge. That's good. Black ISO store. Hopelessly dated. Glory store. Deliberately ignored. One update to Tier 5 basic pricing for record players in 23 months. That is a hit list of complaints. So, yes. I know some people will say, fine, good, whatever. And again, you don't have to agree with me. I am leading a YouTube channel, not a YouTube cult. It makes me very uncomfortable when people say, Prof, I'm subscribed to you, even though I don't agree with you on everything. Or, maybe even worse, Prof, I don't agree with you on this. Maybe I shouldn't be subscribed. Look, I don't want you to agree with me on a lot of things. I want you to have your own mind. I'm wrong quite a bit, right? And given the amount of videos I produce on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis, the odds are I'm going to be wrong quite a bit. The important thing is for me to admit that I can be wrong and also say, even if I'm right, if you have a healthy disagreement with me, that's awesome. I want you to critically think for yourself. So if you think the gold event not coming back is a good thing, go for it. But personally, I think this was a love letter to free-to-play players right before Cyber Weekend, an event that largely free-to-play players can't take advantage of because the best deals inevitably are both in the unit cash store and also in the unit store for 15 to 18,000 units, at least sometimes 21,000 units. So I thought this was like a gift for free-to-play players who specifically have millions of gold that they just have lying around. They're going to get that this year. And who knows? Maybe I'll be making a video on Friday that says, hey, free-to-play players, this new event is still going to be awesome for you. I hope that's the case. I really want that to be the case. But for the moment, just having the details we have, I feel for them. The gold event will be missed. And, of course, biasly, it was the greatest event for me ever because I could spend 200 million gold and not miss it. I'm not trying to say that as a flex. It's really a cry for help as anything, given you saw in this video how many arena fights I've done in 7 years. The bottom line is this. Free-to-play players, I hope this weekend still is good for you, but if you're upset and you're disappointed, you have a right to be. I still think, given the huge changes, the triple threat that was announced between Ascension, Relics, and 7 stars, it'd be nice to bring something like this back. But I don't run Kabam, which is probably why I'm still alive, because the stress and the disappointment of that alone would probably take the few hairs on my head for sure immediately. I look forward to reading comments, both pro and con, regarding this development. Personally, I wish it was coming back, but that's why we can't have nice things, I guess. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to go to bed now. Lord help me.